I'm going to get this out of the way. I don't need this. And the first order of business, to do administrative things. Start time is 4:10. And first of all, I'm going to have you sign something saying that any statements you've made in conjunction with this appeal are true. So, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. And why don't you both sign?
Do I do next or
the below?
Yeah. Third day of March, right? Okay. My brother calling. Go away. All right. I'm going to start asking. Are you both owners or just one? Okay. Somewhere here I have to note. Here it says Stephanie as well.
So I own Stephanie. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my
phone.
So with Stephanie the middle name.
It's Anyang Stephanie?
Stephanie the middle name. Last name is Manjao.
Okay. So both. Okay. And you want to reduce the town's value, which is $2,202,400, down to $2,100,000.
Correct.
And you're located at 291 Reading Road.
Yep.
That's the name. So why don't you go and explain why you think your home is worth less than our assessor did.
Of course. So, I guess the first point of reference is that we initially spoke to the selling agent with a long history with the property.
Mm-hmm.
And we asked what the fair value where it would probably sell. She said that her listing would be 2.1. She said it's very reasonable. She said that it would likely clear or sell a little under that, but it would be an initial kind of starting point. So, and then subsequent to that, we started kind of looking at previously listed and sold properties in the area with comparable houses within the last year, and we found multiple listings that have sold in that time frame,
Okay.
and we've included it in
And
the
they're
package.
in your package.
Correct. And you'll notice that the range actually at 2.1 is the highest.
Okay, multiple listings included in the package. And this is the listing price.
No, these are closing prices. This is what they actually
closing
close.
between October 1st, 2024 to...
Hang on a second. Can't write any that fast. Between
October 1st, 2024 to October 15, 2025. And we found 4 comparables.
Good.
And the price range is pretty tight because I did
Correct.
search for
Yeah, so we looked at that are within where we live, and also that are very comparable. And so the prices were, just a hair over 2 million to 2.1. So it's really in there. And these are closing prices.
from 2.0 to 2.1.
2.025 to 2.1.
Say again, let me start over. From
Of course. You notice that 2.1 is the high end.
And 2.025 is the lowest.
Okay. And that's between October of 24 and October of 25.
Correct.
How many are in the 2025 year?
This is 25, this is 25. Actually, all are 2025. May, August, and July, and October.
So they're all 2025.
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to look for the exact.
Well, that's good, because that's the time period they wanted. Okay. And they're all included.
There should be a page exactly like this, which outlines summary of individuals. So, correct? So
This is in color.
Yeah. We're using color sparingly at home.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
There's times you need it.
Yeah, exactly. So these are the individual ones. This is our house when we purchased it.
Okay. This is the owners.
Correct.
Ready.
We included it simply because.
Talent, yeah.
Correct. We included it simply because you can see the features and amenities and the description of the houses.
Sure.
To compare these properties to ours.
Did
So
you
you'll
real
notice
estate agent getting this? No, I
she was
compiled
able
it.
to.
You compiled it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our real estate agent initially, gave us a baseline of where the price would be. And then afterwards we went off and she did the research and found the property.
She suggested these properties.
So she gave me like a list of property that was sold in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But then I had to
Stephanie had to
really,
go and see which ones match.
since the closest one, which actually falls in the time period that the board looks at, and then I extracted these four, which was, I thought it was the closest.
Which home in particular do you think is the closest comp?
So I think because where we live, it's not like cookie cutter style.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
know,
like
and I'm familiar with the area.
Right. And that's why we thought, okay, we would be very conservative and we would even choose the highest range as our estimate. Even that was, and then our valuation was higher than the highest range within that time period. That's why we were requesting for reconsideration.
So, and you will notice that they're all different but similar. But and that was going to be a second and third point we were going to address further. Is that these properties, for example, their land size is rather large, whereas ours is actually a very significant portion is a conservation in wetlands.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Considerable. The land size is actually all similar.
Yeah. So the lots are similar, but ours has a.
Okay.
This is included in the package as well, so just to present it to you quickly. So, this is the house, the entire lot. This entire portion is wetland, so there's no, we can't build, we never go in there, we don't touch it.
And the assessor will know they can't be used, can't be altered. We have wetlands. I'm in a condo. We have wetlands around our condo. We can't do anything with it.
Yeah, no, it's just when
condo development can't do anything with it.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just when we were looking at it's a very rough breakdown that was provided to us in terms of, the assessment value.
Mm-hmm.
And we just noted that land went up significantly. And it seemed that was like a large portion of the increase from previous. Whereas we think that, even though the lot is large, as you can see, we can't really use more than what's already used there.
Included, it appears that the assessor included the wetlands.
That's what we suspect, but we can't really.
It appears.
Yeah, it's a black box in terms of how the value.
In the land value. It increased significantly, right? Where did it go from?
It went up by, the land portion went up by more than twice. So.
Yeah, more than twice than previous investment.
Okay.
And one more contrasting point to the comparable properties that we mentioned is that our basement is actually all crawl space. It's not usable at all.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No.
So simply because, when we're saying that if we're setting a range that we expect, like low 2 to 2.1, the list that we provided, all of them have a basement, whereas we do not.
Other comps have full basements.
Exactly. Ours is just a crawl space. How tall is it?
It's less than 5 feet.
Yeah.
So it's entirely crawl space. So when we were purchasing our house years ago, our agent told us that, that's one disadvantage of this property is that you cannot really use the basement where people who are moving into Greenfield, they usually have bigger families.
But all you can do is store some vegetables down there or something like that.
I wouldn't need the stuff that's stationed.
Well, depending on what you put it in. People always use,
of course.
for what do they call them, cold storage? I don't know. But anyway.
So I think that's the one disadvantage for it.
It's probably got rock underneath it. If they didn't want to disturb.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, that can be one reason they don't put a full basement in. If there's a rock ledge underneath, it's going to cost a lot of money to blow it up. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
We never even considered it, but we just know that, when we were moving in, there was no area there, no space for finishing.
But other than that, I assume you think the comparisons are pretty similar?
Yeah, we think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. So, may I just kind of, I guess, summarize the final points? So, basically, we presented properties that we think are very comparable. We're asking for adjustment to be on the higher end of the comparable prices.
Yeah.
But there are two components where, we think that it's possible that the price would be even lower simply because the comparable prices, the properties, our land is much smaller, it's conservation, and we don't have a full basis, simply crawl.
So you don't think you fully adjusted for that in what you're suggesting as the price?
I'm just simply saying that I think that we're being very kind of like conservative in the ask.
Yeah, okay. Okay, maybe a conservative ask with not usable basement and little usable land, right?
Right.
Compared to the other listed properties.
Okay. Okay. Anything else major? Because I'm supposed to keep this moving.
Oh, yes. No, I think that's the core of it. And everything is basically is in the packages or sold items listed. And sorry, the individual details of the selling information for the individual houses that are comparable, they're also in the package as well.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's how you should do it.
Yeah.
I wish you luck. I can't promise anything. I'll be one of several people reviewing this with the board.
Okay.
And you should probably hear back end of the month or so.
I see. Question: if there's while there's a deliberation, if there's any follow-on questions that you or your colleagues have, would you reach out to us, or you just settle them amongst yourselves?
I don't know how the process.
Okay, I see.
This is my first year doing this.
Okay.
And this is my second day.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So,
Sure, gotcha.
But nice to meet you, and
Likewise.
thank you for coming, and I hope you have a favorable outcome.
Okay, thank you. All right, thanks
You're
very much.
welcome. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay, to begin this session, we're going to have you swear that the documents that you're providing with this appeal are true. So, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to have each of you sign one here and one there. And then I'm going to confirm. So you live at 240 Villa Avenue, and the town has valued your property at $520,000, and you think it would be appropriately valued at $306,320. Got those figures right?
Wow.
Yes, that's.
I don't even think it's that much.
But that's apparently what's on the.
That's the
Property
value of the land. Yes.
The town's opinion of fair market value, 306, 320. But you have, the town is 364. This says 520. This says 364, 210. What's that?
I thought that's.
That's what you wrote. That was what you wrote, right?
That's probably.
Yeah, the appraisal is 520, 300. So that's right.
Taxing value. I got that number from the taxing value.
I don't know, but that could be the current year assessed value, the 364, 210. Real estate market values as of October 1, 2020. But because this is the appraisal for 2025, this is the, I think get another one. Please.
Don't we have a copy?
Well, town value is 520,300, according to this and according to this. I don't know where the 364,210 comes from.
Under the second line there.
The second line.
That was 25.
This is assessment.
This is 2025. The 520 with 2025.
So then how is, well, it says
The total appraisal is 520,300.
Yeah, and then underneath it, it says assessment 364,210. That's where I got that number from.
Yeah, I see that. I don't remember seeing this displayed on anybody else's that I've done. That's why I'm not saying you're wrong. I just haven't seen it this way.
Yeah, so but then the assessment, is that the number that you use for figuring out the tax?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so that was, so these numbers here, between, town value and market value, that should be from the appraisal section. Is that where the confusion is coming from? I was supposed to take that number, town value number.
Yeah, well, this says
From the
assessed value 364,210.
Right.
Appraisal by Shelley Levy and Mark Betts. Is that you?
That's our, well, we're the owner.
Yeah.
We're the owner. I just got this from your paperwork here.
Are you looking at the same
I think
thing
that it
here?
should be, yeah, I think that it should be a lower figure.
Oh,
This piece of paper says town value 520,300. Ask amount, what you're asking for, is 306,320, which is what's shown here.
Land assessment.
But this says the town's value is 364,210. This says it's 520,300.
Okay, so I got this area mixed up then. I was thinking, when I'm writing this down here, that this is the number that I had to go by for writing down for town value, the assessment value. That's the number I thought you had to go by. But, so then the town value list, I should have written down 520,300, based on your paperwork, it looks like. Than what you're saying.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Okay.
Because the assessment is 70% of the value of the appraisal.
Okay.
And that looks like 70%, doesn't it?
It could be. When you calculate it.
70% of the 520, 300.
So then I should have written down on the town value, I should have written 520,300. I was thinking that, I guess that the tax.
Yeah, but they had to now correct on their paperwork.
Yeah, I just looked at, yeah.
So
Because we were thinking the assessment.
valuation is 520,300 times 0.7 is 364,210.
Okay.
So that's 70%. of the above number. So we're trying to work from the 520, 300 number.
No, okay.
Because whatever number we come up with as fair market value at the end of the day, your assessment will be 70% of that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm just going to make a note that this should be 520, 300. They got that right on this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Yeah. So then that was just, yeah, this one is the one. So then it just was my.
okay, so let's move on.
Okay.
So what's your story? What are you trying to claim to reduce your value?
So, our house is very old, or the make all of us put together.
It's what?
Very old. Our house is very old. So we run into the problem where trying to upgrade it or trying to do home improvement has become counterproductive. We get, no matter how much work we put into it, it's like an old car when it's like time for a new one. So because we're putting too much money in that house and it's really draining us like crazy, it's just not worth it. It's not really worth, I think we should, my thing is to really tear it down and rebuild.
Or sell.
Or sell, but if we sell it, we're not going to get anything for it. Only land value.
Yeah, I know, but if you tear it down and rebuild, that's kind of the same thing. You're going to tear down the house, so you're not going to get anything for it.
Right, yeah.
So then you can put up new, because you like the land and like the location, that's fine. But if you move, you'll have to spend money to buy the new home. So the point you're making is you don't think it's worth putting any more money into the house.
No, it's not.
The house is in such bad condition that you don't feel it's worth putting any more money into it.
Correct. It's draining us.
And at the present, there's, from the last freeze, we're
it was a lot of
waiting for
damage.
insurance.
We had a lot of damage with the last freeze.
Yeah, with the plumbing.
Plumbing?
Plumbing has to be totally redone because they don't do the old copper piping anymore. So we've been told by the plumber.
Everything.
So it's kind of like.
And all the estimates for plumbers are like $35,000 for the insurance one. So we really want to pay that much. So we're going back and forth with them. And then it has electrical upgrade. It needs.
So you need plumbing? I'm not going to go into numbers.
Plumbing upgrade.
Plumbing, electrical.
Yeah, electrical, HVAC and heating.
Okay.
I had somebody look at the furnace the other day, and he goes, wow.
Yeah.
He said,
I'm surprised it's even running, right?
He said, well, because it was made to last back in those days when they built it. He said the only problem with that is when you need another part, you would have to get a whole new, because they don't make those parts anymore.
Parts.
Yeah.
Parts not available.
For the heating, HVAC, heating.
Parts unavailable. I can't see my own writing. For furnace repair. Okay.
I installed the water heaters myself. The plumber looked at it and he said, I told him, he said, no, you didn't install that. I said, yes, I did. He said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. He said, I can tell you because they don't even make those. I said, back then they did. That's how old it is.
Yeah.
I went to Home Depot and bought a GE system and put it there,
Now, what can you comment I'm comparing this home to other homes in the area.
The only thing I can see is that, there's been some remodeling in the neighborhood. There's still some old houses. But the only thing I can see is that, people upgraded their houses. But a lot of those houses in my neighborhood is like ours. They're rentals. They're rentals, so they got multi-family houses.
Okay. So other homes in the neighborhood are also old, but they're mostly used for rentals?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all rentals.
All up along the same side of the road that we are.
Avenue, yeah.
Yeah, all the multi-family houses seem to be rentals. So you see people going in and out kind of on a pattern.
Well, we lived there for going on 40 years. 40 years. The neighborhood did change over the time.
They do.
Not like it was when we first moved there.
So this home was something you could afford back when you bought it 4 years ago?
Yeah, and it was
but it hasn't appreciated.
It was a fixer-up back then.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, too, I think we need to look at the records. This house was actually moved.
Yeah.
Right? Was moved. Because I
part
know
of the information that we got from the lawyer when we bought the house was that it was moved from Bridgeport.
The location that it is.
To the location it is now. Perhaps it moved here in 1900.
Oh.
The house was built prior to that.
It was older.
Yeah,
so nothing is leveled in that house.
Yeah. And one time when we did some ceiling work, we got some corn husks come out.
Literally.
Literally.
That's telling me that I should be closing this town. Closing this town. The old home was moved from Bridgeport.
I didn't bring that article.
Explains why nothing is level. Right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Anything else important?
And you can say all the repairs that need is extremely expensive. All the repairs that need to be done is really, really expensive.
Okay.
Yeah. And we actually have that.
The last appraised value back in 2020.
2024?
24, yeah.
Oh, 2020.
They've got a number of 401,900 for that in 2023. So I
think COVID made things really jump up high.
Well, and that's all temporary, if you know what I mean. That's why they go in the most recent data. We've got a lot of people move into town. Anything else?
I would say we got more pictures in our phones. We're not out of ink.
Yeah.
We're in our ink.
Yeah, the printer is printing color.
Yeah.
How many bedrooms is this?
It's a two-family.
It's also a two-family. Okay.
Yeah. Our official address is 242.
It's 240, 242.
240-242.
Is it always rented?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the only thing that seems to be working for this house is that you can rent it.
That's a nightmare.
Is it? I know. I have a rental property as well.
If you got a good tenant, you knock on wood. You got a good tenant.
I have 2 tenants. One of them's family, the other one isn't, and that one varies depending on who comes and goes.
Yeah, there's been a few people in there.
We have a lot of this.
So which, was it the upstairs or the downstairs that's rented? Downstairs rented. Okay. And what's the monthly rental income? Is it on here anywhere?
So right now about 2,000.
2,000 a month?
Mm-hmm. It was cheaper. My mother used to live downstairs. When she retired, she came to live with us, and she was on Section 8. So Section 8 paid.
Doesn't pay much.
Not even much. They paid like $1,200.
Yeah.
Basically $1,600 back then.
But today you're renting it for 2,000.
Right.
Yeah. So use today's numbers.
You can't use it again. I mean, for the condition of the house, you can't get it.
No, that's the best you're going to get. Location's all right.
The location, the interest, everybody wants to move in, but,
Okay.
We also, I don't know if this helped, but we had tenants that really, really wrecked the place.
So that's one of the things that having a rental property does reduce the value of the property. That always happens. I've had tenants ruin a stove and break plumbing,
Yeah. Holes in the wall.
Yep.
Yeah. We've always had agreement too for lower rent that they would agree to do the shoveling, the sidewalks, and mowing the lawn. So we would lower the rent.
But you can't guarantee they're going to do it.
Well, if they want the lower rent. If they do not, then they will pay higher rent. So they always go for the lower rent. And then some will say, oh, yeah, and we'll pay it too, and we'll do all this and stuff like that, Yeah. And I never buy that. No, you want to do the shoveling and snow in the winter and the lawn work in the summer, we'll give you the lower rent. They always take that.
Okay, well, I got to move on. So unless you have something major to add to this, I'm going to let you go.
A question I had too was about the property itself, because the property is a lot of trees, and over the years it's become difficult to grow grass because of the roots. The roots. There is a stream that runs in the back of our yard. We have a little water stream back there.
Behind the property.
Yeah, behind it.
Yeah.
Behind it.
I don't think that's something that they're going to take into consideration.
Okay. I think when they moved the property too, it wasn't really good soil. I don't know how they did it when they moved it.
That's bizarre. I can't imagine moving anything but a nice house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They probably thought it was nice back then.
Maybe they did. How long ago do you think it was moved?
Okay. It was almost 100 years old when we moved in.
Okay.
And this is probably not counting when they moved.
I think it was probably moved about 1900 because I remember like 18 something being the time that the house was built in.
We really go back to research that.
Yeah. I didn't think to bring that article with me.
When you think about it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go find somebody else now.
Okay.
And you'll probably hear end of the month. I can't guarantee it, but.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the consideration.
Yep. So I don't get it confused. Okay. Chris, do you like to be called Chris or Christopher?
I prefer Mr. Wangenroth, but you may call me Chris. I don't want to be called Christopher, ever.
It's okay. It's a long name. Luckily, I have a short one. I'm Laura O'Brien.
Miss O'Brien?
And we have some paperwork to complete before we get started. I'm going to be deposing you to have you swear that your statements are true, kind of standard operating procedure. So, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you would sign there.
I'm visually impaired, so you're going to have to walk me through where.
I am too. What's your condition?
I'm legally blind.
Legally?
Yes.
Because of?
Glass in my eyes. Volunteer work for the church.
Oh, jeez. I've got macular degeneration in one eye.
I'm getting that in my remaining eye right now.
Spend my life going to the eye doctor. Okay, ready to start taking notes. So you are on Black Rock Turnpike.
Yes.
Northern part, southern part, whereabouts?
Do you know where Brookside Drive is?
I do. I bike on it all the time. We live off of Stratfield Road, and we bike all around town. So.
At Brookside Drive, I'm 500 feet north. If you know the houses there, the one house with the old-fashioned Western wagon at the end of the driveway?
Yes.
That's me.
Oh, okay. So the town has valued your home at $691,400.
Oh, what the hell is wrong with the jerk that did that?
Yeah, the company they hired.
Yeah, well.
And you're saying $245 even.
That's what we had last round with our documentation and everything. They were nice enough to see the trees through the forest. And what I'm going to present, I'm going to have to read from this. I'm dying of emphysema, thank you to my parents, because they were smokers. So I'm going to give you this. I'll read from it. If you know the house, my house is on the crux of the curve of Black Rock Turnpike. Yep. If you're walking, you barely notice it. From the air, it's quite noticeable. We are the crux of the curve. Telephone poles are leaning out because of the strain on them, etc. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, what I'm just doing is setting my timer because I'm supposed to try to keep to a certain time.
If I read it word for word, it's 7 minutes, 41 seconds, without your questions.
Yeah. But I can read it too.
Yes, and I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you read it word for word, it would really mean a lot to me.
Yes. But you mean out loud?
No, I'll read it.
No,
I'll
but I
explain
can
it.
read it faster than you can speak it, obviously.
Just don't skip read it.
So even though you have more land, it's right on Black Rock Turnpike, which really doesn't make it an advantage.
It's not an advantage, it's a disadvantage.
Right.
A god-awful disadvantage. In the 41 years we've been there have been 9. Next time you go past my house, look at the telephone pole in front of it. You're going to see red reflectors on it. I put those on there for every accident that we've had in the current year. And as of 2025, I think I've got 4 reflectors up there. This was the most recent one, 9 o'clock at night. When the accident team finally put together and I got the accident report, it was over 100 miles an hour. The jerk lived off Stratfield Road. He owns a body shop on Commerce Drive. He's driving a Volvo, which saved his life.
Yeah, because they don't disintegrate.
No. And you'll read there how much damage he did.
Making some notes. Over what period of time, you're 46 years, there we go, there's been 9 accidents
Involving our property.
involving your property.
2 of them has involved us. One, we were pulled over against the curb with a signal light on, trying to get in our driveway. And this young lady, 2 years ago, creamed us in the rear end. She was going so fast, it took her the distance of the space of 1.5 telephone poles to stop after she hit us. Yeah, and did you see my nice new teeth?
Oh, jeez.
Thank you to her. Just what I needed. Because my head went beside, banged the side glass, the teeth all chipped and cracked.
Okay. So you have groundwater intrusion.
Groundwater, right now as we speak, in my backyard. You want to come over and visit me, I'll take you to the backyard. You can't walk there because you're going to sink to your shins. You'll think that there's a water faucet under the ground. I have water coming up this high. Nice, fresh, crystal clean water this minute. I have 4 sump pumps on 2-inch discharge lines that are running year-round. I'll be glad to take you to my cellar and show them to you. I got nothing to hide. I'm 77 years old. I don't want to read my name in the paper. I got nothing to hide.
I won't be doing that, but I'm going to take your word for it. I'm curious if the assessor. Oh no, that's your appeal. Let's see.
Tyler, I did the Tyler one over the phone. That was an insult.
Yeah.
He knocked 25 off it. That's an insult. To make matters worse, the last owner south of me, next door to me, 2768, put an in-ground pool in, abutting our property, legal.
Okay.
But when he did that, we lost saturation.
With less land to absorb the water.
Oh, Christmas. And my garage now looks like the street. Constant water. Behind me is a hill that abuts Shelter Rock Road. The elevation is 75 feet. That's how high Shelter Rock Road is above us. Where did I get the figure from? Town of Fairfield engineers. When I complained about the water years ago, back when I was young and dumb and I knew everything, first person I called was Aquarian. They were Bridgewater Hydraulic Company.
I know.
I said, "You've got a broken main. I'm flooding here. Christ help me." And they came out, and the first thing they did, they went up there with their trucks, and they dyed the water. Came back, the very next day. That's not our water. Next day, they came out with the Town of Fairfield engineers. Several days later, after a big study, they informed me, I've never heard this phrase before, but you'll read it. We live at the toe of the hill. And you know the old adage, I'm living in a valley. And what flows into a valley? Water. There you go.
And the toe must be where it comes together like that. No?
Unbelievable.
Okay.
I mean, I have a beautiful hill behind me. I have lots of trees, which adds to page number 3. The houses on the top of the hill who own the trees, due to the wonderful rotten laws of the state of Connecticut regarding trees, they don't have to trim them, even if they're in peril, even if they know that they're going to hurt, damage, or injure someone, they don't have to take care of them. And even when they fall onto my property, they're not responsible.
Well, my understanding of the laws, and I may be wrong, if you've notified them, you can press to get them to clean it up. But it's, in other words, you ought to take them to court, perhaps.
Done it 3 times. We've notified them. You have no idea how many attorneys I went through. I had to beg an attorney. Wrote them letters, certified letters. They so much as told them to take a hike. When we had the last big one, they did over $100,000 damage to our property. Took out this. That was in our cover it. You'll see the pictures in here. We have a cover it. Polyethylene tent sort of thing, like a Quonset hut. We store things in there. And this is from the 1700s, all original. Bought it for my wife. It's a physician's one-horse surrey to take a physician around. Had the date of manufacture plate on it and everything. Tree came down.
Whacked it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man. I wish I could do something besides help you lower your assessment.
And, I'm leaving these pictures with you. You'll see the tree damage. The ground is so soft and saturated from the water, the trees don't snap. The roots just give way, and the whole mother comes down.
I've seen that happen. I know what you're talking
This
about.
is for nothing. That's nothing. This is for nothing. That's nothing. There you go. There's the $100,000 tree. Ask me how big it was.
How big was it?
It was so MF big when it came down. It took down this tree here, which was 73 feet. I got a tree trimmer to trim this one.
So a tree over 70 feet fell down into your yard.
Oh gosh, yes. And took down that whole wall, 6 of my beehives, my colonies.
Okay.
Here, now you can see it on top of the cover it. Now, as it comes down, there's the cover it, there's it karate chopped, moved huge boulders on the wall, like they were crushed stone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as for more trees falling, what they leave in their path as they come down are widowmakers. The branches that are hanging but didn't completely tear loose. And then we have the final one. This is ready to take me out. This is actually here's the fence. This is them. This is me. This is hanging over my property. So when I mow the lawn, this is over 50 feet long because I've had several tree guys come out and I said, I'll pay. And they said, is that your property? No. We're not going on it. And they can't, the ground is so soft, they can't get a bucket truck in there. Due to an aerial trespass, I am allowed to go straight up.
Yes, you are.
But they can't get a bucket truck in because I have mud. They won't climb it because it's on their property. And the owners of the property, even being notified with an attorney, by an attorney, refuse to address it. And that one there, when that one comes down, that's going to be the end of who's ever underneath it.
Well, then they will get sued. But
Yeah,
that's not good.
A lot of good that's going to do me. I'm of German heritage. One, I like to work. I love to work.
Mm-hmm.
And two, even though I'm dying of emphysema right now, I enjoy life. I love my bees. I love my wife at 51 years.
That's nice.
And I'm losing her to cancer.
Well,
Yeah. And I'm trying to support, I know, you got more to read in there that I need to document to you.
I got to keep this moving,
I know, I'm
or I'll
sorry.
get yelled at by the guy next door. So, I don't know the process for me to deliver these to the assessor. I don't want to take too many.
I want to do the whole packet with you. Do what you need to do with them. I mean, I
don't
know
know.
what to do. I'm doing this myself. I can't afford a lawyer. I wish with the last money I had, I would find a lawyer that would assist me with this tree issue.
Yeah, a good lawyer, in other words.
Yes, one who's got his heart into it and not just billing me because he wants to. I need one with a set of huevos to be polite.
What does that mean?
Huevos. Huevos is Mexican for eggs or...
Yeah.
And we've got huevos grande. I gave up swearing many years ago because I couldn't afford the quarter jar, so I used colorful adjectives.
Okay. Anything else to be noted that's important?
On my electric bill now is running over $400 a month to keep these sump pumps running.
Okay.
I cut and pasted last year's UI monthly bills on there. This $600,000 assessment is just, and now Ms. Vitale wants to raise our taxes 4.38%.
That hasn't been determined.
Yeah, well, it's in the paper that she wants to, and they generally get what they want.
She doesn't want to do that. She's got all the various bodies in the town that have asked for funds. Most of it's school. And the Board of Finance has to approve the budget, the RTM has to approve the budget, and then she will most likely, I think she can only cut it at that point. So that's telling me I've used my time. She doesn't want to, believe me, she doesn't. But she may be forced to keep the town operating.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate what she inherited and what she's doing. But yet, I mean, no disrespect, but right now, I'm not a narcissist. But right now, I am a narcissist. I got to worry about keeping me and my wife still alive.
That's right.
And if you read the very last page, it'll tell our ages and our health. I mean, right now, I get $1,173 a month Social Security. She gets Social Security, we're both on Medicare, and we're fighting all her cancer drugs and her cancer, and I was supposed to lose her 2 years ago. I don't want to lose her.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose the house.
Yeah.
And
you've put a lot into it.
The one last statement that usually the appeals person says to me, well, if you keep the assessment nice and high, the resale value, I want to reach over the table.
Has nothing to do with it.
Yes, I'm not going to resell the house. When I die, my son's getting it.
That's another reason, but it has nothing to do with what somebody will pay for their house, what it's assessed. They'll pay for what that house is compared to other homes they're looking at. I've bought and sold homes, I know that. I never even look at the assessed value.
I don't care, but I want to be able to afford to live there.
Of course you do.
And with all respect, without going out on my left sneaker, please help me.
I will do what I can. I'm not the one who decides, but I do sit in the meeting with all of us on the board, and I will plead your case as best I can.
Do I have any recourse after this hearing if it doesn't come through favorably enough?
Well, you won't know until later in the month.
Sure.
When the full board meets. I don't know the answer. This is my first time on the board. And this is my second day.
Marvelous.
So, but what they will tell you, and you could actually ask the assessor. You could stop in and ask to talk to the assessor with the process. He's the first door on the right if you come in the door from the parking lot. You know what I mean?
I know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I know Karen down there. It was very nice.
But I don't know the answer to that.
This number 600,000. It's ridiculous.
It doesn't seem appropriate to me. And the last time this was assessed, it was assessed at what?
I think it doubled, more than doubled.
Here we go. $479.6. Looks like it was $479,920 last time, and now $691. Not quite double. No, I could be wrong. Here we go. $350.
Yes.
You know, I think the process that I don't agree with is that they hire all these outside assessors.
Who don't know a thing about the area.
Right.
Do not know one thing.
And they don't have enough people in town who don't know how to pay enough people in town. It's much cheaper to hire these assessors, and they can get it done in a short period of time because they got a large number of people. But I think I'll hang on to these because I don't know
Please.
where to put them. So
If you get a chance to read through that word for word again, that is going to give you some religion.
okay, well, thank you very much for coming.
Thanks for taking the time, ma'am.
Hope we can get something out of this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Open.
Okay, so the recording is started, so I'm going to start with the attendees. So there's you, Nicholson. Nicholson. No, it's Eric Nicholson, right?
Correct.
And you also have with you
Pat LaBella.
Pat LaBella.
P-A-T?
P-A-T-L-A, capital B-E-L-L-A.
And you are serving as...
Certified real estate appraiser. They can keep that in the file.
You want me to keep it in this file?
Yeah, you'd
Sure.
like. You can keep this whole thing.
And I'm going to say the actual start time is, what is it?
5:42. You got about a minute off there.
Yeah.
That's 5:43. 5:44.
Okay. The town valued this at $580 a year, asking it to be reduced to $473.
Actually less than that now that we have, the appraisal was pending when I put that number in.
All right.
So now should we tell you how much we think it's at this
No,
point?
well, let's go to I gotta get this done first. Let's just swear you in that you're submitting true statements. So, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. You sign, and it looks like they want your agent to also.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do you want to say it again and I'll swear it in too? Or I do
Should I
all
swear
of
on
those.
You can just sign it, you know.
Spent too much time in courtrooms. I thank you.
They're not gonna know.
Pretty good. Guess the second one? Too much time in courtrooms. I tried to stay out of courtrooms.
I was just there last week.
Okay.
What day of March?
Is it?
Divorce last week. I said meeting gets sworn in. They said,
I avoid custody then.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm back going over,
Yeah.
just what I need is a paper cut.
Well, no, you don't.
That's an occupational hazard.
I got enough problems with my fingers getting splitting cuts because
Yeah.
it's so dry.
Those two.
Yeah, I'm putting stuff on all the time. Anyway, so this is here to take notes. So what would you like to tell me about the situation?
Well, I mean, I hired Pat LaBella, certified appraiser, because when I looked online and I knew that the house just 2 doors down, which had a finished attic and was a bigger yard and a garage, that's like the main comparable that I found, sold for like $460, and they had valued mine initially at $662. So I did the initial rebuttal, and they brought it down to $580. But I still I believe that's way over the value of my house as of October 2025. So that's why I hired an expert to do the appraisal.
Okay, and
So he let that take.
So, and I performed the appraisal for Dr. Nicholson, and he's got a 2-bedroom cape, little tiny 2-bedroom cape, 750 square feet. Yeah,
it is tiny.
it's small.
If I watch my wife over at
It does have some potential living area on the second floor because the second floor is unfinished. So
Okay.
we did add some value back in the
but
appraisal.
it's unfinished.
It's unfinished right now, right?
Yeah.
And the comparables I used, 2 located right on High Street, his street, 492 and 449 High Street. Both sold for less than his assessed value. His value. One at 461 at 575.
Recently?
Yes, 2/21/25 and 9/26/25 were the sale dates.
Both in five.
They're all right.
Two pumps sold in 2025.
Both in 2025. Yes. Both on the same road, which receives some traffic.
Oh,
It's a big.
We'll
yes. I know.
start with
I bike on it.
Yeah.
So do you?
Yes.
I had trouble getting out of my driveway.
Yeah. 492 is listed on town records as a 4.2 and about 850 square feet, so a little bit bigger, except the MLS listing shows that it has the second floor finished.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke with the realtor to confirm it was finished, but there's no closets in either of the rooms, so they did not call it a 4-bedroom, they called it a 2 because there are no closets up there, but it is a finished,
But it's a
it is
usable
a
room. You
finished
could put a
area.
wardrobe in there as a closet. So
You
The
could-
woman-
yeah,
the woman-
exactly,
The one
right.
I sold it had 2 sons
Yeah.
living upstairs.
And you could see the, you'll be able to see the adjustments when I look through the appraisal. That house was a little dated. It needed a little love. Okay, Dr. Nicholson's house was probably renovated about 20 years ago, maybe
Before I bought it.
25 years ago.
In
Yeah.
2008, I bought it, and I
it's
haven't
all-
painted or
Right.
anything, and it's settling, and there's cracks. It's embarrassing, but I work all the time to fix it.
Right.
So it hasn't
Yeah.
been painted.
what kind of doctor?
I'm a psychiatrist in private practice.
So,
Child adolescents and addictions.
and in my opinion, I thought 492 was a little bit worse than his, so I did plus that up for it. And like I said, Dr.
Worse than.
Yeah, well, I believe it was worse than ours. Your kitchen is much nicer. Their bathroom was a little,
Oh, interesting.
that house was tired. Like, it just needed some serious love. Dr. Nicholson's needs a little bit of love. That needs
A lot of love.
some renovations. And then the other house, 449 High Street, was a complete gut job right now. So it did sell for $575, which is below yours, but superior condition, 3-bedroom, 1,200 square feet, so larger.
So you have 2 comps?
As a garage. No, I have 3.
3 comps.
There's another one on Sunny Ridge, which is right around the corner.
Was that also sold in 2025?
Yes, June 30th,
So it
2025.
was a total of 3 comps
3 comps,
from 2025.
right.
Okay.
So
Two on the same street.
2 on the street, 1 right around the corner, quarter mile away. So that one is that was a small house, also 744 square feet, so similar size to his, but it was only a 1-bedroom, and it's very close to I-95. So in my opinion, a little bit more inferior in condition. Okay, and location. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Very similar similar in condition because
Oh, yeah.
inside I felt it was maybe a touch nicer, but the outside
The couple had redone
wasn't
it.
great. Like you'll see the picture, the driveway is all cracked and stuff like that. But inside,
Gravel.
it just looked like it was broke up concrete, broken up asphalt.
No, I knew the
But
couple
anyway,
that sold it, and they
and,
painted it white, and
yeah.
the yard might be bigger than mine.
It might be a touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5,600. You're 61. No.
Oh, so
Yeah,
similar.
yeah,
Okay,
so-
but it's a tiny, I can't
Yeah.
believe it's 70 square feet.
Similar, but it's all adjusted out.
And how much
here.
did that sell?
That sold for $370, but adjusted out. My adjusted values are 457, 465, and 453. So we're at 455.
So what are the values again?
The adjusted values 457, 465.
Hang on a second, I
Oops,
can't
sorry,
remember.
I know.
467,
457,
457,
465.5, and 453.5.
453.5
So when I came in at 455,
on the comps.
right, those are the comps. So
And so you put the pin at
455.
455 for this.
Yeah.
Which
Right,
is
so
different than what he requested because you did this
I had a,
after.
yeah, I hadn't done the appraisal, and they wouldn't let him put pending appraisal. They made him put a number, so I said, pick one. So
Right.
he picked a number. It wasn't too far off.
So,
No, I didn't know what
Yeah.
to think.
so appraiser values this at 455.
Yes, ma'am. And you guys can go through it, see, explanations for all the adjustments are here. The typical appraisal stuff maps. I did include a couple things in here that you guys may be interested in. Let me just get to it. Well, yeah, some of the market stats. I ran the market stats for the year and over the past 5 years. And over the year, it's showing relatively stable through 2025. And the 5-year history shows that actually values were down in 2025 versus 2024. So, in his neighborhood.
In his neighborhood.
In his neighborhood.
Right off of exit.
And then the other thing.
I know where it is.
Yeah. And then the other thing I ran this in basic.
Hang on a second,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna finish.
sure.
I'm gonna say 5-year history shows reduced values
In his-
for this location.
For this market area,
Yeah, for this market area.
yeah. Right.
Okay,
And then this is everything in his neighborhood, and I even expanded a little bit into the competing. I didn't go into university, but I went up Black Rock and over into Tungus Hill a bit. This is all sales under 1,000 square feet because he's got a small house. The highest one is 475, I think. 475.
and that's
the highest.
the number you put in.
Yeah.
So what are you asking now?
455, because mine was uninformed.
Right.
That was just,
Right,
just because of the placeholder.
Yeah.
I understand.
I just was trying to give you guys a little info and where I was coming from.
And the other thing is that the house next door raised its grade, and my backyard floods now, so I've had more trouble with the basement. The town had put a drainage next door to me so that the water would run off, but they built a garage when they renovated the property and raised the grade because you can see it against my fence. And now the basement's problematic. So that must, I mean, I guess the realtor wouldn't tell the client, but it is a problem. All the paint is peeled off the basement, and I tried to block water coming out with that ceiling.
So I would say the water in the basement is from,
The change in the next, in 12 Reynolds Drive.
in an adjacent home or
Yeah,
the home behind you?
No, which is for sale now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. 12 Reynolds Drive used to be 315, there used to be 515 High Street, but when they renovated it, they changed the address. And they put a garage and they raised up. You can see where his fence is a foot higher than my fence.
The driveway's on Reynolds, base of High Ridge.
But they changed
Like
the
this,
name.
with the driveway and garage from there, so he was able to request a name change for the street.
Yeah, the next to me.
Number.
The other one.
A number change or a name change?
Name
Number
change,
ending.
they changed it from High Street to Reynolds, so.
And it faces High Street.
My understanding they'll allow you to do, so.
Well, because
You want the whole folder?
they put it down as a new
Or
building.
just the, you can have it all if you want it, or you can.
Oh, please refer to it.
I'm sure you have it on your computer.
What, oh, yeah, I do, yeah, no, that's printed for you. That's the first appraisal I've printed in a while.
You know, doesn't it do that?
No, I don't.
How many do you do?
It all depends.
One, two, three.
It all depends.
See, I like this price.
Well, for this, but not in your pocket.
So what did you
No, but-
originally pay?
I paid $310.
310.
In 2008, and it was overvalued apparently. It was like the mortgage company didn't want to, because
Did you use Ravis?
they use my,
Ravis mortgage?
No.
No, okay.
no, he's some guy up in Maryland, my brother.
2008,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I paid $311 for my condo in, might have been 1997.
Wow. Are
Um,
you in Sunny Ridge?
I'm up off Stratfield Road, Oldfield Village.
Sure.
You
I know
familiar
where that
with
is, yeah. I used to hang out there when I was in high school, when it was the abandoned homes,
Yeah.
with,
Really?
Home for unwed mothers.
unwed mothers, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
That's where we used to go party. Maybe you should shut the recording
the
off.
The old building at
Yeah.
the foot of the hill.
Yeah, there was even more than the ones they left, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
I would have volunteered there.
that was like in '80s.
So I'm gonna use the start time as 6:15.
Sounds good to me.
So you're the only one attending. And I'm going to, oh, I don't have to swear you in because you're an attorney.
Oh, okay.
Apparently you're sworn in, period, as part of your work.
Yeah, I know. I'm called a commissioner of deeds. I'm not even sure what that is.
So we can skip
But I'm a
that.
nice attorney, though.
Well, good. I hope your wife thinks so.
Well, yeah, wives. Am I right? Yeah.
I'm not married at the moment, but I've been living with my boyfriend for like 20 years, so.
Oh, okay. So you moved in when you were like 30? Good God. Anyway.
Anyway. So, the town valued this at $926,900,
Is that right?
and you're requesting
Wait. No. Actually, the town had it at $648,000. $648,830.
See if I can find that.
Let me see if I can find that. I think I have the original letter. Yep.
So I should be able to find this number of 648 in this document, I think, from the vision people who did the assessment. Okay, there's a note on here. Appraised at $926,900. I don't know where that came from. This application.
I'm sorry, who am I?
That's the application for this. I do see the.
Okay, but on this letter, we were told that it was this number here.
And that
That's
it says that here.
Right. So
I don't know what this market and appraised thing comes from. It's handwritten. I don't know who hand wrote it. So I'm going to just leave this as it is. I'm not going to modify it in any way. But I'm going to say that town value, I think, should be $648,830.
Well, yeah, that was the notice we were given.
I'm just going to use that, put that in here.
Okay.
And you're asking for $712,614.
Was that the number I gave you? No.
No, you're asking, I'm sorry, $498,830.
Yes.
I haven't had this come up. Of course, this is only my second day doing this, so what do I know?
This is my first time ever doing this. So what do I know? Well, I do know that it says, this is what we were actually told. They didn't give us notice they were changing it.
So, what is your case? What are you going to?
Okay. Let me show you a photograph that you took, or the town of Fairfield took. You see this beautiful house here?
Mm-hmm.
You see this tree in the sun-dabbled front yard?
Yeah.
Places for kids to play and such. Oh, this tree.
It's gone. It got cut down
By,
by my wife. There was another tree up here, and it really did need to get cut down. And so I remember his smirk, his arborist. He goes, well, you know, this other tree's going to fall over tomorrow. And he says, and if I have to come back, I'll have to rent the crane again. And she was, I couldn't believe she actually cut it down. I was so surprised. And she was like, when we first started looking at Fairfield.
you know, close this.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Maybe somebody next door.
Right, anyhow, when we first moved to Fairfield, there was a house that had a tree that fell in, but that was a really old tree. And this was a new tree, and it was healthy, and we came back from it, didn't think she was actually gonna do it. And we came back from a ski trip, and the guy was in there, and it had been cut down. And, I told him, I said, hey, show me the rod. And so what does he do? He walks right past the tree, that beautiful tree, the one I showed you. And I said, hey, I put an expletive.
Mm-hmm.
I meant this tree over here. And he goes, well, there was a squirrel living in the branch. But anyhow, I still remember that smirk, but he knew he had won. He had frightened my wife enough to cut it down. Anyhow, but the other thing, too, is you look right here. This is a very odd driveway. And the reason it was like this was in honor of this tree.
To avoid the tree.
Yeah, and actually, while it spreads out, we have a two-car garage. It's a single track right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody else in Fairfield, they can just park and the other car can go right past it, right? But we can't. We have an awkward, ugly. We used to have a beautiful, winding little driveway, Laura.
I don't have a driveway.
We don't really either. All right, it was a nice little driveway, and now it's awkward, and she backs out of it, and she hits things, you know.
But that was that way before the tree was taken down, too.
Well, right, but I'm just saying, is it was there. Beautiful tree. And now, with the tree gone, we've lost. See, the other thing, we've lost the way it looks. It costs $1,000 more in summer because we've lost the shade here. The curb appeal. Curb appeal went like this, like that.
Yeah.
You know? And so, just because man, that smirk one, I'm winning the lottery tonight. I'm going to see him out of business. That's right. Every time you guys try to cut down a tree, I'll offer the owner $10,000 to keep the tree up. Anyway, I'm sorry. Am I sounding bitter? Anyway, so now all we have is this really awkward little, driveway right here, which is probably of all the driveways in Fairfield, probably the most awkward and the most.
But it was awkward before, was it not?
That was beautiful. It went around this tree. It honored this tree.
But it wasn't.
It was worthwhile.
I understand.
But all right, and let's move on to the next thing then. And then can I go back after that and the next thing and tell you about how much I missed that tree? I talked to that tree stump. Yeah, big old healthy tree.
Hang on a second. I just need to make a note here.
Okay.
So.
Did I get my I did. Okay. So the other thing too, here's my exhibit G lot. We have a great big yard. A huge yard. Biggest yard outside of Saco Street. Nah, probably not really. But the problem is only about a third of it is level. The rest of it slopes down, completely unusable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happens as part of your formula is you look at the size of the lot. And you say, oh, that's 0.6 of an acre. Everybody else is only, 0.4 of an acre. But really, we only have, 2/10, 3/10. It's actually usable. Everything falls off.
And understand it's not my formula.
I understand that.
It's the town's.
No. By the way, I'm not knocking that.
No.
Because if I were the one setting it up, right, I set it up for, I don't worry about edge cases. I would set it up for we'll cover 95%. You got a bigger yard, you got a more valuable house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, all you can do, the only thing this property is good for is you walk down it and you got a really good view of Black Rock Turnpike and all the cars going back and forth.
Yeah, this is on Shelter Rock Road. Remind me where that is.
Do you know where the branch library is? Not the main library, but the branch?
Yeah, I think I do. You mean the one on Fairfield Woods?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, well, Shelter Rock actually intersects with Fairfield Woods.
Oh, okay.
So around there. And that's the other thing too, we found out that Shelter Rock's not on our property. That's a shame. No, you know what a Shelter Rock is? A Shelter Rock is an overhang. People used to camp under it. There was a very famous man, the most famous Connecticut resident of all time. People called him the Leatherman, and he would camp under Shelter Rocks between here and the Connecticut River, back and forth. He did that every 35 days.
You know where they were?
Yes, but we don't have the show. We can't claim to have the Shelter Rock anymore. So let's not even talk about that.
Right.
Yes, but anyway, so we have this. Most of our property is sloped. We never go there.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, this tree. I didn't think she was really going to do it. That's true. But you know, if you set fire to your own house, right? You can't say, that's an improvement, right? Because you've damaged your house. And I looked at the thing too. You put the property tax in two different categories, I noticed. One was the improvements, which would be the house, right? And then one was the land, and this goes with the land. So the land is less valuable because that tree's gone. You're
saying it's less valuable than what the town has it valued at.
Right, the town. I told you this photograph was taken by the town, right? This is off your website.
Yeah.
And they look at this and they say, my God, what a beautiful tree. I think that I will never see. How's that tone? You know what I'm talking about. A poem is beautiful as a tree. Well, this is a poem cut down. Anyhow, I'm not saying that took all the value away from the house, obviously, but it did give a big ding. And people are going to say, wow, that's a really ugly little driveway. Why would anybody build a driveway like that? What else is wrong with this place?
Okay. So what else do you think affects the value?
That's pretty much it. I could come in, but I would be burning.
So you see this whole distance is because of the difference is because of the tree?
Yeah. Well, the tree and the fact of the backyard. We're being penalized for having a big backyard, even though in reality it's not.
The sloping backyard has been there forever, though, correct?
I'm trying to come back with a snappy, witty answer, but I can't. You're absolutely right.
Just because when you talk about the difference between the value, you've got like $200,000 difference.
$150,000. I was trying not to be greedy.
But all because of the trees gone? It might be hard for me to sell that, that's all.
I'm trying, English actually is my first language, but I cannot express to you my dismay, the dismay of anybody who looks there. The kids in the neighborhood laughed at us for cutting down that tree. Come on. Who's better looking, me, that tree, or me? The tree, obviously.
No, always.
The tree. Anyhow.
Okay.
A big, handsome tree that gave shade. It saved money because of the shade that it was able to provide during the summer.
You saved money in cleaning up leaves after it was gone.
No, not at all. Who do you think takes care? Well, first off, I don't move the leaves. I've always wondered about that. Why? Laziness plays into it a little bit, but why do we rake leaves? In the forest, don't they fall down? And they decompose and they come up?
I can tell you, you're absolutely right. And you find anybody who really knows about these things and what to do to preserve the planet, you don't rake your leaves.
I'm kind of thinking of that. Yeah. If somebody really argued, I'm with you. I'm like,
but they want the green grass, so they rake the leaves, so you don't see it covered with leaves. That's why
I leave the leaves. I was wondering if that was where the word came from. Something you leave on the ground.
You should.
Mm-hmm. Why do? So those are my 2 big points.
Okay. Other than that, you think it's a fair assessment?
I'm not following you, other than, so I think that the,
Other than the fact that the tree's gone, then that's reduced, that's the main reason for the value change in your.
well, that and the slope yard, yeah.
And then, oh, yeah, the slope yard.
Right, and, you know, I
I
understand what
understand
you're saying, that yard has always been sloped. It was sloped before we got here. It'd be sloped after we leave, after we die, but, I just don't think prior owners might not have thought of that. And they might have been, it might have been a really dark, rainy, icy night before, every time that they had these assessments, so they didn't show.
Yeah, I can't speak to that, and the fact that it was there when you bought it is not necessarily relevant. It's still there, it's still something that affects the value to the seller who might want to purchase it, because that's what we're talking about.
Well, right, but what I was saying was the town's formula, not Laura's formula, as you pointed out, Miss O'Brien's formula. And they just, the computer clicks over and it says 0.6 of an acre, boom. But it's really not,
Right. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But the last time they did the assessment, the same thing would have been true. And
I appreciate that, but what I'm saying.
And I don't know how Vision adjusted for that. I don't know.
Oh, right, that's the name of the program. But I'm just saying, I shouldn't have to bear the sins of the prior owner because they didn't think of that, right? They're probably still rubbing sticks together.
But you cut down the tree.
Not me, but I'm also saying, yeah.
Well, you owned it.
Well, but I'm just saying that can I just do a hypothetical here, Laura?
Go ahead.
If we remove the garage, right, then the house would be worth less. And we could remove the garage, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't remove that tree. I'm just saying is, even if you do the damage yourself, it's still damage.
I think the only difference is how to value the tree removal. How to value the house with or without the tree.
Okay.
That's not, the garage you can value. You don't have a garage, which they generally have an amount that they would value a garage for a house of your size.
Right.
But they don't have an amount that they would value the tree. So you can't immediately come up with numbers. This is me speaking, and I'm only one person on the board. I don't know what the rest of the board's going to say for this.
Okay. Well, but you were nice enough to come to see me, and I appreciate the opportunity.
And I enjoyed talking to you.
It was great being in your proximity. Right. Well, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
It's good.
Good rest of the day.
All right. All right.
I'll be glad and done for the day.
How late do you have to work?
Till I've hit everyone on my list.
Well, when's the last one scheduled?
Around 8.
Oh, that's not too bad. Right.
So I've got 2 no-shows, which helps. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks again.
You too.
All right, I'm just gonna, can I leave the door open?
Please open. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll walk out myself. Thank you so much, Laura.
You're welcome. Not usually that much traffic here. Okay. Getting down near the end. So this is Thomas.
How you been doing, all right? Long day for you, I bet?
So this is Thomas Langshall?
Yes, and my wife Annie.
Okay. Paper for you. So this is my second day doing this. I've never done this before.
Oh, really?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure it's not fun for anybody, both sides.
You know, I don't dislike doing it. It's just a lot of time, and it gets tiring after a while.
All I want to do is stay home and eat dinner right now. But at least I only have one here. You gotta go through.
Yeah, I brought some food ahead of.
This is just how life is, you know?
Yes.
Nothing we can do.
So, I'm going to say the start time is 6:41.
Okay.
And I'm going to start my timer because I'm supposed to try to keep this to 15 minutes so we can get everybody in.
Understood.
You know, doesn't always work that way.
Okay.
And the next thing I'm going to do is hopefully. Okay. So we have here, let's check the names of the people we've got. Thomas and Ann Langshall.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. And I'm Laura O'Brien.
Okay.
And you're at 308 Shoreham Village Drive.
Right.
Used to have a good friend who lived there.
Oh.
I don't know if it was at 308, but it was Shoreham.
I'm sure, yeah. Okay, good. So you're already familiar.
Yeah.
That's good.
It
Okay.
kind of goes around and it
Yes,
comes out
that's
as
correct.
Yeah, circle.
That is correct.
So first thing I got to do is paperwork.
Okay.
I've got to swear you in that your statements are true. So here's the statement. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
So you may both sign here. Here's your pen if you want.
Just need a signature here?
Yep. You can sign the next line here. Sign on the bottom. Okay. Here. All right, so your property was valued by the town at $1,031,553, and you're suggesting it should be reduced to $819,200.
Correct.
So you want to give me the short and skinny?
Yeah, and I tried to outline everything in a one-pager, and that's also what I submitted with the application.
So this is already in the application?
That should all be there,
Good.
yeah. I mean, the short of it, right, and I'm not sure what company did the appraisal, but just some background on me, I'm 20 years in real estate, 15 plus years as a real estate broker, right, and I can tell you, that neighborhood, my house is not selling for $1 million, not happening. So, my very first question is, I'm under the assumption they used the wrong comps. Do you know what comps they used for that neighborhood?
No clue.
I could only guess in my 20 years of real estate that they probably used comps that don't have the impact of the post road. My house is steps away from the post road. I go into my backyard. I have a commercial building right there, 15-foot drop into a commercial lot. I'm assuming based off this, because I have access to MLS, everything, I'm assuming that they probably pulled comps from the surrounding roads, Riverside, Cambridge, and Turning, which do not have the impact from the post road.
Or someplace else on Shoreham that is around the other side.
Right, so if you go...
And it actually has a view that you can actually
so
even see the sound in some cases.
Yes, so, right, because I'm at the very top. I'm right here on the post road, all commercial buildings. So what I did was I pulled comps from all the surrounding post road areas, not all the way over where Turning is right next to the marina and the beach. That's not Shoreham Village Drive.
Right.
Cambridge, they're not the same neighborhood. And if you know Shoreham, I go out of my backyard, rush hour sounds like a train. They don't have that in those other nestled neighborhoods. So my guess is, again, being 20 years into this business, they look on a map, which appraisers do because they're not in the field. So they look on a map, oh, this house is close by, it's a 4-bed, 2-bath, close enough, great. But in this specific area, you have to account for this commercial setting, which I do not think they did.
And you're going to have a development down the road.
And we're going to have well, thank you for saying it. I was going to say that. And this is what I mean is I'm really eager to understand the comps that they pulled because I dispute those because when they pull they're basically saying that this house that is backed up against a commercial lot on the post road effectively has gone up 50% in value over 5 years, $340,000 increase over 5 years from when I bought it at $690. I'm not saying it hasn't increased. I'm saying it's gone up about 20%, $130,000. Like I'm not disputing that thing, but 50% in that neighborhood is absurd. It is absurd, and it's just not possible. That's what generally I don't even dispute these types of things if it's ballparkish, if it's close up. But this number, the 1 million plus, this neighborhood is not selling for that. It's not happening. That is not right. And again, I'm fearful that these appraisers probably just use the paper approach, not being in the field, and maybe not from the area, and they don't know. But again, being a broker, I can tell you, I wouldn't, if I were selling today, there's no way I'd list my house at $1 million just to take it off the market 6 months later.
Well, you'd probably be happy if you could just get that amount of
If I
money.
could get that amount, I'd be ecstatic. Well, if I thought I could get that amount, I wouldn't be here, honestly, wasting my time when you're done. But it's just to a 50%, 340,000. That's not that neighborhood. Unfortunately, it's not that neighborhood. So I just don't think they use the right comps, right? And if I had to guess, it's the 3 roads that I outlined in my document here: Riverside, Cambridge, and probably Turney. But those just are not affected by the post road like my house is.
So how far away are these properties that you use?
I can show you. Well, the properties I used, they're in the same proximity of the roads I mentioned. They're just more towards the post road. I tried to outline it on the map here, but I'm here. These properties would all just be around here.
These properties are the Turney ones. Which ones are you
Asking about the ones I use.
Yes.
Today, yeah. These are all in a very, very close proximity. Walk across the street, walking distance. Like there's no.
Yeah.
These are all in proximity. And that's why I was surprised. You know, when you look at these, where you know these streets have impacted by the post road versus the more southern streets, my gut tells me that they just did not use the right comps here.
Unfortunately, only 2 of the comps that you've got are from 2025, which is the base year for this. So that may be all that the committee will consider.
And that's okay. They're all in the range, and
Right.
they all indicate that $1 million plus. But nobody has a crystal ball. But this is a good indication and rationale to dispute that $1 million plus for that neighborhood is not happening.
So you have how many bedrooms and how many bathrooms?
It's 4-2.
It's 4 and 2. Oh, it's on your sheet. There you go.
Yeah.
In a garage. So one could argue that your home should be valued a little bit higher, but not as much.
Right, and like
as they do.
I'm all for seeing any approach with the proper comps. You know, it's hard. I'm making assumptions on the comps, but again, I would bet that they use those roads. If they can, somebody wants to show me an appraisal approach with what I think are more appropriate comps, happy to review that.
Well,
right?
they won't, but the one, and that one that's sold in 2025 is a pretty good comp. It's got 1 less bedroom and 1 less bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, and looking at that, you know, that's $650. Even tack on $200,000 there, and you're at $850, right? You're not getting to $1 million.
I agree.
But it's again an indication that the million mark.
And you picked that one to use.
Yeah, of
for
course.
your, and that
what I use is the
smart.
price per square foot, right? That's kind of what I did. Is literally also price per square foot as an indication to show that they're just way too high at this million mark.
Okay. Have you got anything else you'd like to add to this?
No, the documents I submitted is really
Speak for themselves?
the core. Yeah, it should. I tried to keep it to a solid 1 page, so it's not too much to go through, and then I showed you the comps I pulled to indicate that the initial appraisal was just way too high.
And you brought it up to 819.
Yeah, so
which
we purchased at $690 5 years ago, and about a 20% increase brings you to, I put it at $819, but it's, you know, $820 for round numbers. They're suggesting that that house has increased by 50% at the 1 million plus mark, which would be wonderful, and I'd probably be in Florida now if that were true.
Yeah. Well, it seems exorbitant. But we'll see what the rest of the board says.
Okay.
Unless you have, just want to make
No,
sure.
so what happens? Do you bring this to the board, or do we speak with anybody else, or how does that work?
The board has a meeting later this month and reviews a certain number of these. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think they possibly would do every one in one day. We'd be going
Okay.
nuts.
All right.
We'd probably have more than one meeting. I'm
Okay.
This is my second day
Yeah.
on the job.
What, is there, I don't know, so then you make notes for them based off this hearing, or they go through the recordings? or
I'm
how does that
making
work?
notes
Okay.
that will be in the record,
Okay.
and they will look at the whole, of what you submitted,
Okay.
and they will decide whether this is too high or not.
Okay. Anything else you want to add in?
How
I
many
might
people
have
are
missed?
on the board?
7 or 8, something
Okay.
like that.
And they all review each one together?
That's my understanding. Now, it could be possible that one person can't make it, so if
Right,
somebody's
okay.
absent
Yeah.
that
And
day.
we're not privy to that information, such as the comps that they used to come up with this $1 million assessment?
They is the vision, the people they hired.
Uh-huh.
So that I don't believe we have.
Okay. Okay, and it's they call they?
I'm saying they because it's a company. They
Okay.
hire this company to do
Oh,
it.
do you know do we even have the company? Do we know the company? Is that public?
I think it's on the document.
I thought you looked it up.
No, I didn't have the name of the company. Or I don't recall if I did. It'd be really nice when they have these appraisals to see the appraisal itself. It's hard to dispute an appraisal without actually looking at what you're disputing. Again, my assumption is that they do not use appropriate comps. And when the board, and I guess we'll just get this on record, when the board reviews, I'd be keen to know if the comps that I guess they use, which are deemed inappropriate in my view, are ones that they actually use.
Vision ID 11201. The company is Vision. I've seen that, and there's Vision on the. So
Yeah, I didn't know if that was the software or not, but okay, yeah, I mean, that's fine. So, next step, it'll just go to the board, and then we'll be contacted at some point? Okay.
I believe it will be by the end of the month,
Okay.
but we expected like 600 appeals.
Okay.
We got 911.
Oh, a bit higher than, well, what does that tell you though, right? I mean, it could be hard sometimes for companies who are not as familiar with the area when they're just looking on paper. That's the problem, right? But it is what it is, and we'll just go through the steps.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the town assessor, the town assessor sits in on these meetings with us as well.
Okay.
And he knows what he's doing.
Okay.
But he's one person.
Yeah, right.
And you don't want one person to be the only person
No, we're right at time.
to make a decision,
Okay.
if you know what I mean.
Absolutely, yeah. Appreciate your time, and
Well-
hopefully you're wrapping up soon.
I've only got a couple left, I think,
Great.
so, got everything here to bring back.
Yeah.
Well, and I wish you luck.
All right,
thank
thanks
you.
so much, I appreciate it. You have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Bye, thank you.
I hope you enjoy your home, either
We do.
way.
Thank you. We enjoy the town of Fairfield altogether.
It's a
so
good town.
It really is. Thanks again.
Okay, and we're starting at, what time is it now? 7 o'clock. And Alice Desgrange, it's Francais, right?
Definitely.
And Thierry.
Correct.
Thierry, yeah, okay. And the town valued your property at $606,200, and you believe $560,000 even is a better number.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to paperwork to do. We need you to swear that the information is correct that you're providing.
Yes.
So the statement is, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, and you both sign.
Okay.
You're both owners, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you saying next week or?
Yes, you can sign the line below,
Or not?
because I'm going to sign at the bottom.
Under
Third day of March. Okay, I think you'll go, both of you both are here. I don't always remember to do these. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
So, what would you like me to know about why you think this property should be valued at a lower number?
First of all, I'd like to thank you for the adjustment that was made during the informal review. But
I didn't make it,
well,
so but you make that.
it was made by the evaluation committee.
Okay.
But my concern is that the remaining land valuation still assumes a level of residential utility that this parcel does not legally have. The property is permanently non-conforming and subject to reconstruction limitations. So continuation of existing use represents the maximum lawful use of the land. So because the parcel cannot be developed or modified in the same manner as conforming residential properties used as comparables, a knowledgeable buyer would discount the land accordingly. In fact, at the time of purchase, these zoning limitations were reflected in the transaction itself, including a documented penalty associated with the nonconformity, demonstrating how the market recognizes these and prices these permanent restrictions. So I'm simply requesting that the land valuation reflect these permanent and legal functional limitations.
Land value to represent permanent and legal
Functional limitations. Yes, there's permanent nonconformity and reconstruction limitations that reduce significantly the utility of the land.
And you've noted that in the, that's what this is, right?
I did. I didn't note, I didn't talk as much about the penalty, but there was a penalty associated with the nonconformity at the time of purchase.
Okay. There is a penalty if you do anything that doesn't conform, right?
Well, I paid a penalty at the time of purchase. The lender would not lend us the money without paying a penalty because of the restrictions, the permanent restrictions on the land.
Who did the Who did the penalty payment go to?
They required an additional payment. They wouldn't accept the lenders.
Lenders.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are restrictions. There are permanent limitations and nonconformity. So if something happened to the property, there are permanent reconstruction limitations that are legally and functionally nonconforming. So
I'm going to say at purchase, lenders required a penalty be paid because of the legal limitations. Would that be good?
There's nonconformity and reconstruction limitations.
Nonconformity.
Which materially reduce the legal and functional utilities of the land.
Nonconformity and legal, what was the other word you used?
I used nonconformity and reconstruction limitations.
Reconstruction.
Yeah. That materially reduce the functional and legal, the legal and functional utility.
Interesting that they grabbed some money for this.
Yeah, I mean, there's, yes.
You like the way I put it in simple English? Because they could, right?
Yeah.
And we can do anything.
There is a risk associated.
Other than back out of the sale.
Right.
Yes.
Right. This is
Yeah.
true, yes. Yeah, it didn't come at a good time in the sale either, it came at the end, so.
Yeah.
But I think
Of course it did.
but we didn't have as much access, and nowadays I think any knowledgeable buyer would recognize this, and it would be priced accordingly. There would be
the real estate agents may be clued in on this.
Yes, it would be easier to find the information.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah. But nowadays, any knowledgeable buyer would know this, and it would result in a market reaction.
Yeah, yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're not actually asking for a huge reduction.
No, it's modest.
From what the town, it's pretty modest. How did you come up with the number?
Well, I placed it exactly where my penalty was. So it's actually accurate.
The reduction amount is equal to the penalty that was paid.
Yeah.
And one could assume, I don't know about these things, that a new buyer could get stuck with the same penalty.
It would most certainly would happen. Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if that's true, that absolutely makes it appropriate to knock that off.
And it means also that contractors and other types of buyers would not be interested in the land either.
Oh, they're not going to develop it
into. You can't. You can't. So it limits the market, and there would be a market reaction, definitely.
Sounds good. There's probably nothing else to talk about, right?
That's pretty, it's just a simple fact.
Yeah, it's the way it is.
Yeah, and it's permanent, so.
Okay. Well, I can go on and take my next subject and maybe use the bathroom before. It's getting late.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I think it's just permanent restrictions on the land.
I hope, I don't know, but I hope you get it reduced.
So thank you very much.
Because it seems like a cogent argument to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to remain reasonable and, stick with the facts, yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
receiving us. I appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
Tired.
Oh, yeah, hanging in there. So, you are
My name is Don Bradford. I'm an attorney based in Stamford, and I'm here on behalf of Jared Parker and Catherine Morrissey. Do we need an appeal number to write on the top of the appeal form? Do you assign an appeal number or no?
I don't.
Oh, okay, that's no problem.
Actually, I'm going to put the time in here, so it's I'm bad with the 1409, 718. Yeah.
That's the
current time.
Oh, okay.
So start it. Okay.
So
and your name again is?
Don Bradford. I'm an attorney in Stamford.
And you're asking?
We have an appraisal as of October 1st, 2025 for $5.5 million. The town has the value at 7.7, rounding up a little bit.
Right.
My clients bought it at the end of 2024 for $4,995,000, so we'll call it 5. So we have not just the appraisal for 5.5 as of the revaluation date, but we also have 2 appraisals that were done in connection with the purchase, which are for substantially less money.
Hang on a second, I just forgot to fill something out here. Which I skipped because you're an attorney, I don't have to swear you in.
Right, yes, that's right.
But I wanted to make note of it.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can continue.
Okay. So the town, the new assessment corresponds to 100% value of 7.7. We have an appraisal for 5.5 as of October 1st, 2025, and my clients paid 4.995 for it at the end of 2024.
Let me see, the appraisal is for how much?
The appraisal's for 5.5 as of the revaluation date.
5.5 million.
Yes.
And
the purchase price was, call it 5, it's $4,995,000 was the purchase.
Purchased in
December 2024, so within a year of the revaluation date.
For how much?
$4,995,000. And the bank appraisals that were done in connection with the purchase, the first one came in at $4,600,000, which they don't like it when the appraisal comes in lower than the purchase price, so they had a review appraisal done, which came in right at $4,995,000. They found another appraiser who would come up to the purchase price. So, so the appraisals are 4.6, 4.995, and then the important one as of the revaluation date is 5.5.
Okay.
And so this is on Sasko Hill Road, obviously a great neighborhood. They're on the east side, so they don't have the water views or the golf course views. It's a 4.5 acre lot with a maid house and a guest house and a pool house and a big garage with a greenhouse. So it has a lot of accessory structures which really don't, according to the experts, don't really add that much to
the value.
It's called a super redundancy.
So it's not on the
right, it's
water
on the east side, so it has no view at all.
Okay.
And so they did buy it from a bank, but it wasn't a foreclosure sale. The bank had owned it, and it was on the market for 5 months, 147 days on the market when they bought it for $4,995,000. So it was definitely exposed to the market, and in my memorandum, I've given some legal authority for the fact that a purchase price is a very good evidence of fair market value.
Well, it's the best one you can get.
Exactly,
really.
yes. I'm glad you agree. Yeah, and that was $5 million, and my appraiser said that when he came in at 5.5 as of October 1st, 2025, that's consistent with the appreciation that happened in the market between the end of 2024 and October 1st, 2025.
The purchase price was
4,995. So basically 4,995.
okay.
So my appraiser is saying that, well, actually the appraiser had many comparables and they were all on Saskatoon Road. He has 5 comparable sales and they're all on Saskatoon Road within 0.4 of a mile.
So there's 5 appraisals included?
No, 5 comparable sales in the October 1st, 2025 appraisal.
October 2025 appraisal.
Right, so that appraisal was done to
5.
coincide with the 5.5, yes.
5 comp.
Yep, 5 comparables.
And it came out to 5500.
Yes, 5,500,000 on the button.
Which is still a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's more than my home.
Right.
Maybe not more than yours, I don't know.
No, it's a lot more than mine. So this is a picture of the house. The house was built in 1800. It's quite large, about 8,000 square feet, rounding up. And then but it had been neglected. It was foreclosed on, and there was a lot of deferred maintenance and so forth.
Foreclosed on?
Yeah.
In that neighborhood?
Yes. Foreclosed on, and then the bank, it took 5 months for the bank to sell it.
Wow. I guess anybody can get in over their head.
Yes. Yeah. I think these folks had put in all these accessory buildings and tennis court and pool, and I guess they did get over their heads. But it's not a palace by any means. So pictures of the main house still.
Yeah, not everything is high end.
Right.
Seeing.
So that's the back view of the main house. That's attic and crawl space. So that's the pool house, which is newer. And then in addition to the pool house, there's also a guest house. So these are all pool house pictures, PH's pool house. Okay, so here's guest house, GH's. That's the guest house. So I think sort of the point is that if this were the house, it would be worth a lot more, but as a guest house, it doesn't have the same value as a...
right, because you can't get the same use out of it.
Right, it's a redundancy.
That's
the
right.
appraiser called it a superabundance or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah. More guest house pictures. That's the garage, the 6-bay garage that has a greenhouse attached to it.
Hmm.
That's the greenhouse part of the garage. And then the comparables are here, and all the comparables are on Saskatoon Road. And once the appraiser does all the adjustments, he came out to 5.5 million.
Do you have any sense of what was incorrect with the valuation that the town got?
You know, I don't really. Let's look at the field card. I don't know if the land is really.
Where do they overextend?
I think it's probably mostly the main house. They have the main house at 3.5 million. It looks like.
And what's the land at?
Good question. It looks like the land is appraised at 3.549.
Oh, I have one at 4038. This is the right one.
But let's see.
That's 420. Yeah, 421.
Could it be up there in the top corner there, the appraisal of the land?
Residential one, appraised 3549.
I think that's the land.
There's another one down, another here that says appraised land value
4.0.
building. I don't know what that means.
Oh, right.
What's buildable? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
But let's just call it close to 4, 3.5 to 4
Right.
is the land.
Right.
Which doesn't surprise me because the location is everything
Yeah,
in this area.
it's an oversized lot. It's 4.5 acres, and I think the zoning there might be 2 acres, but I'm not sure. Yeah. But it's I believe it used to be 2 separate lots that were merged. In fact, it says that right on the first page. They're merged per request of Attorney Brian Fancy. So it's a double lot.
But clearly a lot of the value is in the land.
Yeah. But
it's more than the building.
Okay, yes, right.
And they probably could subdivide it.
I think with all the structures on it now, that probably isn't.
They're probably not gonna.
Right.
No,
they're not going to.
Possible is a different word, but
yeah,
it's not desirable.
They would, to put a main house on, to put a second main house on there, they'd probably have to demolish either the guest house or pool house, something like that, yeah.
Somebody could if they wanted to.
Right.
I'm not saying it's a good idea, I'm just saying.
Right, but as it's developed now, it seems to be worth 5.5, based on purchase price in late 2024 plus appreciation.
Yeah, so you got to 5.5 with what?
Now that's based on comparable sales, all on Sasko Hill Road, all within 0.4 miles, that all closed in 2025. That's how the appraiser.
So the comps are all
on Sasko.
On Sasko.
Yep.
And this is an independent appraiser that they
Yeah, his name is Taylor Bierbauer. He's based here in Fairfield. His office is on Treasurer Road in Fairfield.
Taylor, how do you spell
it? Bierbauer. There it is.
B-E-E?
Yeah, Beer, B-E-E-R, B-O-W-E-R.
Okay.
His business is called Mulberry Street Appraisals. He's an excellent appraiser.
But there are a bunch of good appraisers in town.
I can't speak to that, but...
I just bet there are. Okay, so the comps are all on Sasko Hill, and
all within 0.4 miles, and they all sold in 2025.
Okay.
And I think it is good to note that the property was for sale by the bank for 147 days, so it was exposed to the market when it sold for a little less than $5 million at the end of 2024.
Listed for how many days?
147 days it was exposed to the market, so that's 5 months basically.
So you have all the appraisals in there.
Yeah, I submitted all 3 appraisals.
And did you do an average of the appraisals?
I didn't, because the 2 were from 2024. The 2 that were done for the purchase were from 2024. The one that really matters would be the one that was from October 1st, 2025, which is 5.5. If we did an average, it would be
lower,
about 5.25, maybe.
3 appraisals you used the most recent.
Yeah, the one that we're, the value that we're asking for is the most recent one that was done as of the revaluation date, and it's 5.5. I am not bold enough to come in and ask for 4.6 or 4.9 because those were from 2024.
Mm-hmm.
That was from the purchase. So I really think this is a fair number, 5.5.
Okay. Sounds good to me, but I'm only one of the 7 or 8 people who's going to be deciding that.
Understood, yes.
And there's lots of reading material if anybody wants to go through it.
Yeah, it's basically the 3 appraisals. That's most of the reading material.
Sure it is.
If you wanted to spend a couple of minutes, I've summarized everything in a memorandum, which is 3 pages long.
Is that in here?
It should be. It should be right at the top, I believe. This is my memorandum. I think it's probably right after, right before that.
No, there wasn't anything before that. Who knows?
I filed everything
How they-
electronically, so.
Yeah, you don't know how they
after the field
put it
trip.
in when they got it.
That. Yeah, that's my
Is it?
memorandum, upside down.
Upside down, I'm gonna turn it around,
Okay,
and maybe I'll just put it in the front.
that would be a good idea.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of this is things you've already told me.
Yeah, it's just summarizing the appraisals and the purchase price.
Okay. Well, I think this is gonna speak for itself. That's what I think.
I wish all my cases were this good. Most of my cases are in Greenwich, and like I said, they're very busy there. And they only have 5. I see you have extra board members just for this year.
I'm one of the
You're one of the
extras.
extras, okay, good. Well, you provide a very valuable service, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, great. It's a great unpaid job, you know?
It doesn't pay at all. Now, are you, I know the main 5 are elected. Are you elected too, or are you?
I was appointed, but the RTM approved it.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have to run for an election,
Right, I see.
but it had to go before the
Okay,
representative town meeting.
I see. Yeah, for some reason in Stamford, they're not elected. They're all appointed, and they're not overly responsive. Put it that way. I don't even take cases in Stamford anymore because their attitude is, if you're not happy, sue us. Which is, whereas Greenwich is very fair.
Have you done much in Fairfield before?
I did one in 2015, but this is my second one.
So how's your experience been so far?
Today? Great. And in 2015, it was a very fair result.
Okay. Okay.
Very good. Well, thank you so much.
Looks like I can go home now.
Well, good for you. How long have you been here? All day?
Well, I was here from, it was supposed to be from 8 to 12, but I had something to go to, but I had to leave a little early.
Okay.
And then I came back at 4.
Okay.
So it's not like it's 9 to 12. But
must get mentally tiring.
It does. And I'm not used to doing it. I'm getting better. You would hope. So, we've got a couple administrative things we have to do first, but
Okay.
Your names are
Barbara and this
Peter.
is Peter.
Barbara and
Janulus.
Peter Janulus. Okay. You're both here. And I'm Laura O'Brien. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Now, you're a volunteer or you work?
I'm a volunteer.
Okay.
I'm working all these hours unpaid.
Thank you for taking the time to be part of this operation.
No,
I really
it
do
is.
appreciate it. I mean, thank you.
I hope the residents have some appreciation for what...
I truly do. I've been a public servant my whole life, so I understand.
Did you hear how many complaints are?
No.
911.
Oh,
We're one of
wow.
them, but
God.
we're just,
Okay.
you know, my wife's going to do most of the talking. I just listen. But we think we have, you know, we think we're just overvalued a little bit by the way it seems with our home. And we'll go
We
through.
haven't come to any conclusions yet because we have to meet as a group and go through them all.
Yeah, I know
It,
that.
it could be, and I don't know how Vision Associates or whatever does their appraisal,
Mhm.
because it's not the town that did them.
Oh, I know.
Right,
I
it's
know.
a blanket,
the Tyler
the
Technology
appraiser had
thing.
told me it's a blanket appraisal, and I ended up hiring a appraiser and paying to get a professional.
Actual tax assessor from Milford.
So it's probably a good choice. I've told several people who've come in who were struggling with coming up with something to challenge it. I said, consider hiring an appraiser.
It was the best thing to do because
It's the best thing.
I mean, I know they have to report out kind of, not late, it was mailed early, but the post office, time we got it, we had like 4 days to try to make a case. So we could meet with Tyler Technologies. I said, why give them a call? Like,
We don't have
we have to
anything.
research everything.
Yes.
So, but we're here, and,
Okay. So anyway, first
All right.
of all, we're going to have you, I need a sworn statement,
Okay.
and it's regarding the fact that you're going to only make statements in conjunction with this appeal that are true. So the statement is, do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Okay, but each of you sign,
Mhm.
one on that line, one on that line.
Okay.
You're saying there's 900 that came, is that a lot?
911.
Is that a lot? What do they have to reassess it?
I don't know, yeah.
I think I heard the last time it was 600.
Okay.
Well, considering I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah, but that's a lot more, really.
Yeah, well, not 300 more. So
It's 50% more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about percent,
Mhm.
so,
You know what they say, though?
what's that?
Numbers lie. I couldn't help but say that.
So, let me go over the particulars.
Okay.
You are suggesting an amount of $1,540,000 instead of the town's value of $1,746,400.
Correct.
That's good.
Okay. That one. And so now we're on to, what do you want to tell me about it? Why did you get to that? How did you get to that number?
Okay, well, the first number we got to was, we had an appraisal performed on our home with comparisons as of October 1st, 2025 or earlier. The appraiser had decided that he was going to take the comparisons, he found enough comparisons with a mile or less from my house.
Okay.
And as you can see with the pictures and the full appraisal, that he came up with 1540 as of the proper date of October 1st, 2025. Okay. When I got to that, I also had called a realtor friend of mine, Joan Hainsworth in Berkshire Hathaway, and I had her come through the house after he came, the appraiser came and did his thing. She had told me she was hard-pressed. If I put this house on the market in the spring, she's hard-pressed at 1.5. She said she'd probably be more considered at 1.475. And why, she gave a whole big pamphlet to me also. I know it has nothing to state that, you know, this is now, not October 1, but it scares me that I'm still at, I might be even less than the 1540, and, you know,
so
I'm coming back.
Your realtor came by and suggested how much?
1475. She thought it would, like, to go at 1.5, you're going to scare people off. Okay, here's some of the reasons why she said these are some issues with my house. The whole set, it's built in 1945, and we bought it as is as a tear down originally, okay? So the whole second floor needs updating. The bathroom, fixtures and bathrooms on the second floor, the tub is original to 1945. So I have to do.
I can show you a picture. There's two bathrooms look like that.
So I just wanted to let you know.
Just two of them the same, and we have sheetrock walls.
Are those pictures in the?
The pictures are in there, but not showing the detail of
like
that.
He states how the second floor is. You can see.
Because I'm not the one making the decision.
Mm-hmm.
The whole board.
But yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
No, but he spells it out there. We just want to show you a picture that it really is there. And the thing is, when we moved into the house, we've been trying to work on it slowly to fix it up over the years.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately, we live on the first floor. It's just the two of us with no children in town, and and we never got upstairs yet. We plan to. Actually, we would love to stay in Fairfield, retire here, and pass here.
Yep.
So we don't care about the upstairs, but to sell it, we got.
You have to do more.
I have to do more to put it on the market.
They got number. We understand where we are.
I'll be honest, at 174 something, I was like, hey. 1744. We said, if we're really at 1744.
We'll put it on the market today.
I said, I'll sell it for.
I would. But we can't.
At 1744, I'll go.
To be honest with you, our home, let Barb talk, I'm
So
sorry.
I want to finish that and then you can say.
Okay.
So it says,
So she said,
I made a note, all fixtures in the second floor are original to a 1945 purchase.
Yes.
There are two bathrooms upstairs and they are original to the 1945.
That's going back there.
Yeah.
Everything's up there, the closet doors were taken off by the prior owners, so there's no closet doors in a couple of the rooms, but we don't care.
The bathroom.
But to sell it, we really have to complete what we did.
To sell it, she's like, come on, you're in.
You gotta do something. You can't,
she
said you can't go, people, today's buyers really want to, they don't want too much to come in, these millennials. All right, so she told me the whole second floor needs updating. And also she says, my house, it's not your traditional open floor plan that people are looking for now because it's older. It's not an open floor plan. She says the one thing that I'm missing is I'm missing the traditional like family room, how they do the kitchen to the family. Mine's separate and it's an old house, so I don't have open wall, it's all separate rooms. You'll see if they look on the appraisal, they'll see what it's all about. So because I don't have a family room and kids are going to come, she said that's going to be one of my downplays, why she can't go up to 1.5. And no finished basement. My basement isn't finished, and kids couldn't go to do like a downstairs basement because I have low ceilings and the duct work we did, there's only like 7-foot ceilings plus duct work. So she said, yes, somebody can do it and do a little makeshift, you know, you can do something down there, but it's not going to be up to that level of those 1/7.
What they expect.
What they expect, because they have, you know, we don't have a walk-up, we don't have, you know, it's not, it can't be
Utilities
fixed.
in the way, but, you know, when we had moved in, we had changed it from oil to gas, and that we wanted to go to central air and those things going back in 2008 when we finally moved in.
You do have central air now.
We do have central air now, though, so we have for upstairs and downstairs, but then when they ran all the duct work for it, it's dropping down. So, I mean, you have the ceiling, and then you have you have the the flex ductwork going all around, and it's hanging everywhere. She can't put drop ceiling, nothing in there.
What you can do.
You're limited, and you couldn't do the whole, but, you
So
know.
we know
some
that it
people
was that way,
do.
but we didn't care.
We
because
knew that
it's
when we
just-
bought it,
I think basements are overrated anyway.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
But that's me.
right, I know.
You have the
Right,
theaters
that's all
down
of
there,
us,
you have
but-
theaters, you got these elaborate workout things. We don't have any of this. And it's, you know, in the old house, the walls in the old house are cinder block. The foundation walls are cinder block.
They're gonna be there.
They're gonna be there.
Yeah.
They're still there, but
Yeah.
it's cinder block. And
So this is what her thing was, you know, of course, anybody will put with it. She's like, you don't want to let it sit. So we were watching a home. Now, this doesn't go with, because it's not October 1st, but there's a home, she says, I want you to watch, because they had it for the 1/7. What's the ad?
Well, that's the one for,
Came through yesterday for the sale.
she wrote down, and that's gonna be,
They were asking 1/7,
This is a home on what street?
321,
street, no,
312.
Okay. 312 Townhouse Road. And the house was put on the market, it was from 6 months ago. The original asking price was $2 million. It was lowered to
Kept going.
1743.
Oh, 43, okay.
Oh, 1749, I'm sorry, 1749. It sold for 1650.
2 days ago.
And it has 2 acres, 3,887 square feet, finished basement with movie, with theater, whole thing.
Movie theater, and if you look at the inside of the home,
Sold for, again?
1650.
just sold. So this is what worries me, when you look at that house, it's nothing compared to,
A week ago?
no, 2 days ago, I think.
The final
it came
sale, but
through.
it was listed for
Because
sale
she's-
in September of 2025.
She's sending me, I don't have
I'm
MLS.
just gonna put just sold.
It was
Okay.
listed during the time frame of the appraisal.
But it was still listed, but we were watching it, and I'm like,
I mean, you can see it, it's
Yeah.
there if you want.
yeah.
Pretty
Like,
Hers is bigger.
you know what I'm saying? So like, that's what my inside does not look like that. And that went from 1/6. When I saw that, and I said, oh, they're gonna get 1/7, Joan says to me, well, let's see how high they go, and we'll see, but, you know, it's not comparison to my, you know, it's
Not the same
comparison, but
house.
it's not the same
Yeah,
house.
the same house.
It's not the inside, it's not what, my house is not worth, you know, that. But if anyone would like to buy it at that, that'd be great. I will.
But where are you gonna go?
At 1750, I will find a place.
You will find a place, oh, I know.
No.
I wonder about the next home too, but I'm not
Oh.
gonna
I
go
know, we're all,
to my concerns. We all have different concerns. What's that?
No, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Because your likelihood of being comfortable in a great big house for the long term is not good.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not. But
Anyway,
we enjoy it here, though. We
yeah,
really
it's
do
good
enjoy
for
it.
now.
You know, it's
you know, we've lived since 1998.
we lived in Fairfield.
No, we moved in 98 or 97. I can't remember.
98.
It's about when I moved in.
And you know, and I worked for the fire department in Westport for 30 years. I did the AFSCME
You work for the,
fire department in Westport.
oh,
I'm a fire
fire
department. I was in Westport, so we moved down here. My family was actually from Fairfield back in the 20s, in Southport in the 1930s. Unfortunately, they lost the house in the Depression. And some of the family did end up coming back to stay, and I finally came back to stay too.
Yeah.
And I want to stay here. And we're trying, but the thing is, the big thing is, I understand taxes go up, I truly do, and I know we get great services in this town. I understand we get the fire, the police, all the public works and services, they plow the roads, they make everything so great here, and I don't mind paying my fair share. But I just really believe the house is overvalued, because when we are in Greenfield Hill, and listen, I'm tooting my horn, I work 2 jobs. I was a fireman for 30 years, I was a registered nurse at the same time for 25 years. To be able to afford to come back here. And we're in Greenfield Hill, we're off of Congress Street, Bedford Street, and I know those estates are large, and they're very large. We have an older home that was 2,200 square feet. We put addition on in 2012, 2013.
When was the home built? 1945. Yeah.
It was just a 5-4 in the door. And really, it's a strange thing, because when you talk about the history in Fairfield, it's really crazy. I know we got to this, but the house that's up there was an estate from Cameron Clark. The owner of that home was the owner of Bridgeport Machines. The land next to him was bought by his accountant. He wanted his accountant to live there. So the accountant,
it was an old farmhouse is what we had.
a little house, in the door, a little colonial, and we added to it. And because we did that, they, was not the other homes there. The home is not the traditional home.
No.
We're in a beautiful area.
We wanted the first floor. We did the addition for the first floor so we can stay there, because as we get older, I don't want to climb stairs with the second floor. It has to end with, we just.
And, I'm a registered nurse too. We did do a lot of volunteer work for the medical corps. It's been a couple years since we did it, but we would give injections, volunteers.
The flu clinic, we did at the senior center when they did once a year. We did that years ago. We try to be part of the community. And
we've done.
And we just want to ask the assessors just to look at it a little closer, because I don't think it was really, when they do that blanket assessment, I think a lot of things are truly missed from what it is.
And he said what they do is they go on a grid or the appraiser was trying to tell me.
How it's done.
But he wanted to do a really fair appraisal of what he thought, and when he fixed everything, and it explains it in the appraisal that we have.
I can't read my handwriting. What did you say that home on 312 Townhouse Road just sold for?
1650.
1650.
It was originally
and it
listed.
does not compare to ours.
It was listed for $2 million.
$2 million. Then I got lowered to 1749, but I didn't.
And that's what it finally sold for after 175 days.
But if they want to look inside that, it's not. You can see the inside of mine with pictures versus the inside of that. I don't have all that.
Okay. Anything else that's particularly relevant?
Nothing relevant to this.
I mean,
the appraisal says basically he went through everything and detailed it.
Yeah, and then I look at some things. I look at the other homes and stuff like that. There's a home on Cherry Lane that has a 20K home generator. They're assessed at $5,000
for a generator.
Or was it $6,000? I'm assessed at $15,000. The other houses in our area there are $15,000 for a generator. My generator was installed in 2013. I thought things depreciate. Mine's up to worth $15,000 now.
I paid $5,000.
I paid $5,000. I can't wrap my head around that one.
But I know you're not. It's not for picking.
We're not nitpicking.
Don't nitpick.
I'm not nitpicking. I'm just saying. I think our house, if we sold it, I think we're gonna be somewhere in that 1.5 thing, and we're basing that on doing the upstairs. So we're not trying we don't want to pay nothing. I'll pay my fair share, but I think it's just overvalued. And if someone wants to come out and look at it, we'll walk them through the house if they want.
But what did they value the upstairs at?
The value?
Unfinished?
It needs to be, for what it is, it's going to decrease the amount you can sell the house for, because electrical needs to be replaced. So it's all BX. It doesn't have the plugs. Don't have the 3-prong. It's the 2-prong. So we got electrical. We got all kinds of things. Everything has to be done up there.
Yeah.
It's old. It's 82 years old. No one's going to come in and pay $1,744 for a house. That's not complete. just needs to be done, and we haven't got to it yet. We just haven't.
Because you're not in a hurry to.
No.
At 68, I'm slowing down. I will be honest with you. I am.
You're 68?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you're young.
Oh, I know.
I'm turning 75 in a couple of
Oh,
days.
God bless you. I wish you look great, but I tell you, as people age today, we look better as we get older. But it's just that, it's like, you try to do it yourself, you hire out. It's just, we just did a laundry and mudroom downstairs to finish off the downstairs. Okay, that cost us $70,000 for just a laundry mudroom. For the floors, cabinets, this, that, and stuff.
Isn't it that when you start thinking of it, like, it's like, ooh.
But we do appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much.
Whoever else is here as volunteers, we appreciate it. All we want to do is have somebody take a closer look at it, because I don't think when they had so many houses to do, I think, we just fell through the cracks. I guess.
The assessors, I'm seeing a lot of appraisals that seems kind of casually derived, that didn't necessarily do their homework.
I can understand, but you know what, when you're in
for
the
the
neighborhood,
vision people who did it.
but when you're in Iraq, I understand that, because that's because they should be all practically the same. We're just an outlier.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If they drive that, you can see it. The homes are huge and big, and we had this little home, we put this little addition on it. It looks cute, but it's just worth a little bit less.
So you're about the smallest home.
Yes.
About one of the smallest. Yeah, there's two small homes.
One of
One of the smallest homes. The other home is a little bit less than us.
homes on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, we appreciate you taking the time to hear us out.
Yes.
Well,
Thank you.
At least it makes us feel better to be able to express it.
Thank you so much.
Say, nice to meet you.
You're okay.
Maybe we'll run into you around town.
Yes,
You never know.
yes.
You never know. Take care, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.